Mindful of that this isn't necessarily a situation you want to be without power because it's so frigid and it's only going to get colder in the next 24 hours. So we're mapping the temperatures, we're mapping the snowfall. Look at how much more of the map is covered with snow than it was even just a few hours ago. I know when we came on the air at 5 a.m., it was largely locked up here farther north, and people were waking up and already starting to question if they were ever going to see snow. Well, most have at least seen something falling from the sky. It's really a matter of how much more do we get, and in these areas where there's been something of a break, do you have the opportunity to get more before the day is over? And as Alex Forbes pointed out earlier, we're getting snow even back into Alabama, so that is the western extent of it. That still has to gradually move eastward today, which probably puts us in line to have snow around for a little longer than it appeared we would when we were first going into this storm, because it was delayed a little bit here in really cranking up. Probably the culprit in power outages, I would assume, would be the fact that the winds have been increasing. And right now it's a 32-mile-per-hour wind in Canton, there in Cherokee County, 36 Atlanta, 33 in Carrollton. This also blows around the snow, adding to potentially poor visibility issues out there. And this is the heavier band that we're still tracking. We'll see how this moves and shifts with time. There is that sort of zone over Cherokee into portions of North Fulton that aren't getting much of anything right now, but it's spreading over Cobb County and northeast Georgia. You've had hours of ongoing snow with now things changing over toward Athens and Watkinsville as well. You can get a better sense for it here on the bigger picture of how far to the south this snow actually extends back to our west. And I want to show you this view because you can see sort of the two pieces of the puzzle we're working with here. Here's that low pressure winding up along the coast, and this disturbance is kind of coming around the bend, putting us right here in this zone where everything is kind of going according to plan, at least so far, with visibility down to about zero in Blairsville. It is not much better in Gainesville. These numbers will fluctuate throughout the day, as will the snow. So we're still going to hold steady on this forecast. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I know it's human nature to kind of focus in on the highest number on the map and assume that's what you're going to get in your neighborhood. It will vary a lot from one location to the next. So this is a dusting up to 2 inches of rain and roughly an inch or more right through the Atlanta area, with higher amounts to the east and especially to the northeast. So as we continue to track this, we've got some more updates coming your way in a few minutes. Ronnie?
More areas getting snow now. All right, Joanne, thank you so much. Now let's check the conditions there in Athens.
Yeah, which apparently things have changed since we last met up with...
Oh, my, you've changed big time, yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, I've been pretty bummed because I've been here live in Athens since 3:45 this morning, and for the last 7 hours, there has not been any such snow. Well, ask and you shall receive. The snow is finally coming down here on Broad Street in downtown Athens. I've got a shovel in my hand to give you a little bit of a visual for what we've got right now. We showed you just a little bit of the ice from earlier, from last week. It is very, very thick right now as the snow is coming down, sort of blending together with that ice, but we're seeing a lot more cars kind of driving around. The icy conditions on the roads themselves aren't that bad, but as many folks here in the state know, right here in Athens, the University of Georgia, the streets can be tricky with the amount of hills that are out here. Of course, the roads are very wet right now, but it looks like the ice really hasn't taken full effect as of yet. The University of Georgia has already taken some precautionary measures as far as what's going on today on campus. The men's basketball game against Texas A&M set to still take place at 1 p.m. tip-off at Stegman Coliseum. So hopefully the Dogs get the win, and hopefully students, faculty, whoever is in town is safe watching the Dogs this afternoon. But I think I'm just happy right now, guys. I've just been waiting for snow to happen. I didn't even know if it was going to happen at this point. We've been watching the forecast. Seems like everywhere else in this state has had snow except Athens, but looks like it finally happened. How about that?
It went from 0 to 100 real quick.
It did, yes.
That's wild.
Miles, thank you so much. Now let's check in with Good Day's Angelique Proctor. She's in Commerce.
Okay, and you know what, Angelique? It may be a tough act to follow.
It's going to be hard to do.
Right, it's coming down where Miles is. All right, we don't have Angelique, so I think we might try to check in with her in just a little bit. But we do have Eli Jordan. He is driving north of Cumming.
All right, Eli, what are you seeing now? Okay, no, Eli's not there. All right, well, we'll get to him sooner or later.
We'll get to him.
Okay.
We're going to take a pause.
Hold on.
Yes.
We have Eli?
This is live TV, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. There's Eli right
guys.
there. All right, Eli, how's it looking?
Eli.
Hey, I was just on the Buford Highway off of 400, right where the Northside Hospital is. And it's a lot different. I'm heading south. It's a lot different than it is up north, but the snowfall is starting to get a little bit more intense. It's a little bit more vigorous. The snowflakes are smaller here. We had the clumpier snowflakes up north around Cumming, above Cumming, and all that. But there's a big difference in the road travels here. I mean, the brines seem to have really taken shape here along 400, especially along the limited access areas. But the snow is starting to come down a good bit, better coming south of Cumming. Back to you guys.
Yeah, you still want to take caution, though, if you're out there on those roadways. All right, Eli, thank you so much. Now we have Angelique Proctor. She's in Commerce.
Yeah, and I'm glad because we want to see what conditions
Yes.
are looking like where you are, Angelique.
Well, good morning, guys. You know, I gotta admit, I had a little snow envy initially after I was looking at like Dahlonega and Blairsville, but now here in Commerce, it's really coming down nicely. I think we are going to get a pretty good accumulation here. We're actually in downtown on Elm Street where traffic is moving. We've seen public works crews that are laying.
Angelique.
Thank you. 1048.
Instead, it's a really good indication that not too far off in the distance, there is actually more rising air that's creating heavier areas of snow. And that's exactly what we're seeing play out immediately west of Atlanta. You want to watch these little pockets of blue that are traveling from northwest to southeast, even back into Douglas County, now trying to drift into portions of Coweta County. That's where the snow gets a little heavier than the lighter snow that's sort of surrounding it. And there's been this pocket here in the northeast metro that has definitely had a minimum of snow, but then it picks right back up again in this heavier band. This one's been pretty persistent, that originated near Lake Lanier and is now kind of shifting more over Walton into Morgan and Jasper and Putnam counties, right on the line there. That's going to boost the snowfall totals in those areas where it's happening, and that's just putting it in motion so you can see the direction that is heading. Now I'm going to switch it to this radar view because this will do a better job of picking up on even the lighter snow in surrounding spots, and it's pretty widespread, extends back into Alabama. The temperatures are critically important here, though, because this means that road conditions can go downhill fast, and they have where snow has been accumulating. But it's also just so bitterly cold out there with wind chills already into the single digits in some spots. Also be aware when the snow gets heavy, visibility is really reduced. It's only a mile in several locations in northeast Georgia. That's going to be something to be mindful of as it fluctuates throughout the day. We're going to still hold steady on storm total. This is not additional snow. This is accounting for what's already fallen and what will continue to fall, that our highest amounts will still line up to the east of Atlanta with lesser amounts back to the west. But there's a lot of ground to cover here, multiple pieces of the puzzle as we get through the next 36 hours. Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Alex Forbes and I will have another update for you coming up in a few minutes. Thomas.
Gosh, we know how to keep you guys busy. Thank you, Joanne. We do want to check in on the latest wintry conditions in Dahlonega, where I don't know if you've been paying much attention, you guys, but it sounds like they've been having a lot of fun up there. Kevin Stewart is live.
Too much fun, Alex, for sure. The last time we spoke, about a half hour ago, I told you the snow was beginning to ease up. Well, it's picking back up again. It's been quite interesting experience. The projection here was 3 to 6 inches. I can tell you we definitely have 3 inches. Take a look at the roads here. You can see it's begun. Safe was able to drive out of there, but definitely want to be careful when you drive on the road. Tom?
Looks like people are having a good time. The Norman Rockwell-esque scene happening behind you there in Dahlonega.
Courier and eyes.
Beats the ice, right?
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, thanks. Let's check in now with Kim Luffler, who is live for us in Blairsville this morning.
Oh, yeah, Kim. I saw you were making some snowmen earlier. Gosh, you've got a nice blanket behind you.
several hours now. We're not seeing that fluffy snow that we saw a little bit earlier this morning, but you can still see the snow is coming down.
You know, we saw those cars move by just fine. We saw Kevin and Dahlonega, and we were able to see some of the asphalt there. So it's nice to just do a pulse check in each different locality. Kim, we appreciate it. Thank you. And speaking of a pulse check, let's check back in with Fox 5's Angelique Proctor, who's up in Commerce.
Yeah, Angelique, what are the conditions like where you are? Looks like the snow's coming down pretty good up there.
I'm very pleased with the snowfall. It's gotten to be quite beautiful. I got off to a slow start. Places are closed, but H&R Block.
It's just
on the
not
San
something I would do. So a round of applause for those people for being so dedicated. I'd be snuggled up with some hot chocolate and talking about this with family.
Absolutely.
But like Blairsville and Dahlonega, pretty scene behind you there in Commerce, up I-85, up to the north and east. Angelique Proctor, thanks. Want to get out to Ray Arena now, who took the Fox 5 Storm Chaser up to Gainesville.
Yeah, Ray, let's see. How is it looking?
Well, it's looking like there's plenty of snowflakes out here. I just measured it a little bit with my thumb, and I can estimate that we've had about 2.5 inches of snow so far. Now, Tom, I know we're both from South Florida. We like the one-armed.
It's definitely what we like.
One-armed snowman with the little leaves as a hand, and we'll give you some time. We'll check back in with you to work on that, Ray. Thanks.